Sermon 91 of Nahjul Balagah is against rebellion. The rebellion against the Islamic community and Islamic leadership. Meaning, of course, the actual Islamic leadership, not this person's considered to be a Muslim, this is a Muslim majority, because some people are trying to excuse the various leaders and systems of government just because some Muslims are in charge, and that's not really how it is. We find that some Muslim leaders put the disbelievers first, put the foreigners first, and it's like, you got to take care of your own country, you got to put the Muslims first. But in saying that, people say, oh, well, the non-Muslims are second-class citizens. It's like, not in the Islamic State. In the Islamic State, they're thought of as better, or they're regarded better than, like, for example, Jews in Israel. People say, oh, it's a Jewish state. It's like, well, no. They want the secular Jews, and they only want people particularly loyal to the political cause of the state, rather than, their own faith or their own, or certain ethnic groups or whatever. And likewise, so many of these Muslim majority rulers, they put the corporations first. Now, that's not to say, I'm getting off the sermon here, but a Muslim state does protect all the religious communities and their places of worship. So, we are familiar with that verse. There are people out there that they're either going to guide a lot of people, or they're going to lead a lot of people astray. And as time goes on, there's going to be a lot more questioning going on, you could say, and a lot more difficulty. And questioning as in there's going to be uncertainty, and there's going to be confusion about right and wrong. And that initial bit, of course, is going to be from the Bani Umayyah. And there's indication to the Sunni tradition that Muhammad knew that Bani Umayyah were going to cause problems. And one of the things that would arise was that people would not curse people like the Quran indicates, but curse people for political reasons, say bad things against people for political reasons, get stubborn about old traditions and old systems and that sort of thing. But the people who return back and adhere to the people of the close disciplic succession, that they're going, at least as far as the actions and beliefs are concerned, these problems would separate from them. And we shouldn't worry about the various worldly successes or failures. Some of these sermons I'm doing better than others, but because I'm not reading here, I'm commenting. So saying 114 reminds us that sometimes what is right is in style, sometimes it's not in style. And we should avoid the suspicions of evil. If we don't have the information to say that somebody has done something wrong, we don't do it. Just like what I said in an earlier sermon here about the conspiracy theorists, as a bad word, is the person who speculates, oh, this is possible that they did something wrong. Not that there's any evidence, or the evidence is, you don't follow the typical narrative just because it's the typical narrative. And, sometimes evil is the fashion. And of course, we're warned about a couple things, right? A few things. Pride, drug use, and sexual perversion are going to become the fashion at the end of times. And we're definitely in the middle of those signs, right? And you face difficulty if you're opposed to any of those things. But you do be opposed. Sometimes all you can do is think of it. It's wrong. I'm not going to act out according to how they want me to act out. I'm not going to act in favor. Perhaps all you can do is vote for the candidates that you think are going to be most opposed to these things, or deal with them properly. Saying 115 reminds us that some people are pointing things towards their cause of death. But as far as our state of health and all that sort of stuff, things can take a turn. You can live the right life, and sometimes it actually results in one dying sooner or something. You make the right decision, and you die going to buy fruit instead of something sinful. That happens. But honestly, on average, you're going to live longer. Your life will, you won't die as early because of, not engaging in something. But, beyond any control of oneself, your various wellnesses can shift. So, of course, implied would be to find your safety on a spiritual platform. Saying 116 reminds us that some people are given more opportunity to reform, to make their deeds secret, or to deal with those secret things which are wrong, that they're not clearing out. And this is, the more chances you get, the more serious it can be to not deal with something.